Well, I'm back here with Mrs. Kaspers and Mrs. Miller to follow up on our technology grant from ESC Region 12. The kids at our 2nd through 4th grade elementary have been doing some phenomenal work with the tablets and the technology we've been able to utilize from that grant. And we just want to hear how the year has gone and what they've learned and been able to do with the technology that we've been able to get. So Mrs. Kaspers, would you just kind of bring us into the STEM lab down here and all that you've done?
Absolutely. Well, we have used the Merge Cube, and if Ms. Miller, my colleague, would show, we used the Merge Cube right from the get-go in the early part of the year, dealing with a hollow globe piece from Merge Cube. Our kids actually went in as data scientists and were able to determine where there were more fires in Texas or California. In August, it was Texas. In October, it was California. So it was a way of looking at what real scientists do and then actually being real data scientists and collecting the data. Very easy for the kids to actually see the math and the numbers of that. As we learned with the Merge Cube how to do augmented reality, which is a real job, real world application where students are able to produce an object in the real world, and that's where they can study it and analyze it and look at all sides of it. And just as an example, we did weather meteorology. They could look at all the weather instruments and really identify those, as well as animals, and comparing different life cycles is another alignment piece that we could talk about.
That's awesome. And so seeing the students be able to come in and use the technology, hold things in their hands with the augmented reality has been amazing. How are you utilizing it in art, Mrs. Miller?
So in the art, we've actually blended art and technology for this grant in a lot of ways, which has been amazing because it's just bringing everything full circle for the kids. So one of the main focuses has been using our brand new beautiful computer lab to use a new software called Tinkercad. And it is literally the same software that engineers use to design products. So designing big trucks, designing buildings. It's a CAD software, but it's a version of it that's really accessible. So we spent just 2 weeks actually using that software, learning the software from scratch. And we were able to see already in just 2 weeks, not only the kids learning the software and how to use it, how to manipulate 3D images, how to create 3D structures, but then also as many as 5%, and in one grade level 15%, were able to achieve a mentorship level where they knew it well enough in just 10 days to train someone else on how to create that software. So then it's really fun because we take that structure that they've built, like a playground, out of 3D objects in this software, and we take that structure and we put it in a simulation lab where it adds gravity. And they get to troubleshoot why their structure won't stand, or maybe why it did, and help each other in that way. So it's been amazing to see the progress that we've been able to see, and it's all like Ms. Kaspers was saying, real world application, real life. These are job skills that we're getting even in just 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade.
And we're also working with our Bridges program, our math program, to do roller coasters, which we have simulations, as well as other aspects. We did skateboard parks and all sorts of things that we are able to use technology with to look at forces and energy. So there is just, and Chatterpix, another piece where we take in the art show, we brought in an animated Baylor. Yep. Absolutely. So we were able to animate and record and make our Baylor Bears talk, and that was at our art show. So that was a very big goal for us to get that exposure and have our kids demonstrate their abilities to their parents.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love it. It's art, it's technology, it's science, engineering. We're talking about physics, like things that were definitely beyond my scope as a 2nd through 4th grader. And they're all getting to have that hands-on learning and getting to see like what things work and what things don't work and why, and asking those questions and getting curious. Yeah, absolutely.
We just are expanding our garden and going to a very expanded garden program next year with junior master gardeners, and so we have been using it also as a tool to gather information from our garden. So some of our kids are kind of media savvy kids that are using the tablets as well for pictures and videos.
That's right. They're learning to be media professionals, which I very much appreciate. What would you say has been one of the biggest impacts as far as like your enjoyment of teaching, even, and seeing these kids grow with this technology grant? How is this really impacting Rapoport Academy and our students for the future.
I think during conferences when the kids can actually show and demonstrate for their parents how excited they are to show that they have these high-level skills and what they're doing with it, and then the response from the parents as well saying, hey, this is really cutting edge, and these are, future job skills, which they can see that the state of Texas is in a deep need for STEM and tech savvy people, and these kids have all that creative talent.
Absolutely. What would you say?
I would just add it has spurred a lot of creativity and excitement on campus amongst the kids, but even amongst the staff. And I was able to bring in 2 guest speakers this past semester because we have this burgeoning tech savvy program. We brought in an engineer who works in manufacturing right here in our local community, as well as a professional artist. And both of them were able to speak to design on things like a tablet and in computer software that our kids had already experienced. And so when these professionals speak to the tools they use and our kids already have an understanding of what that looks like, it's just really exciting all the way around.
Wonderful. Well, we are so thankful for the ESC Region 12 Technology Foundation, and this is only going to ripple out as far as our students getting to experience this for the next several years. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.